Okay.
Just so you know, that's not my usual performance, but like I can, but I know that if I sent you like my best game, there wouldn't be like much to say about it. So
Mm-hmm. So, which champions were you playing in this game?
Gnar,
Nerd.
as always. Yeah.
You are like a nerd main?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've played him a bit for 100,000 points, a bit.
Okay. Have you seen do you see competitive play?
Oh, if I watch competitive games, like sometimes I've watched the first like 3 games of LPL, but then I came back home, so I focused on playing and like um, practicing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me see something. These things sometimes bugs. I'm sharing screen right now. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. I don't know why always this. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now, let's see. So, what can you tell me about this game? What do you think you are? Why do you want to review this game?
Oh, what do you mean?
Why do you think? What are the mistakes you think that makes you play like in a bad manner?
In this game, I think I underestimated Garan and I took bad trades,
Okay.
mostly.
Okay. So first off, like starting.
Yeah, I think that I will go to guard the buff.
Yeah, you
I
should
just instinctively
be.
click.
You should be covering. Oh, wait. This. Sorry. Let me move Epic Pen. Um. So you should be always be here
Yeah,
in the first level.
I am in the majority of my games. I am there. I just think that I had like I was distracted by something. See, I'm going there.
And
I
now
just
the five enemy are here and you get first blooded.
yeah that would have been that would have been my fault. I agree.
Yeah. So what you do here is fine because you check the brush, but since you arrive late to this brush, you can like throw your boomerang like this and work toward here, so the boomerang comes back to here, so you can check like the majority of the bush.
Yeah, that's why I throw it
Yeah.
right here, so that I could like know if there were enemies.
Mm-hmm. Let's see the runes. So you go grasp, demolish, seven wind, overgrowth. Yeah, I think it's fine. You can go plenty of runes with Gnar. I think that grasp is like very good in my opinion.
Yeah, I've been experimenting with runes since I looked like what the rank 1 Gnar takes. He takes like Fleet and Conqueror, so I tried those.
Mm-hmm.
I've accustomed myself a bit to the Fleet, so that's a viable choice for me right now.
Mm.
But I've been playing with Grasp for a very long time.
Okay. Um. So, what information we have about the jungler?
He didn't start top side, so he just started bot side, and he's going to path top side.
Okay. Nice.
So, like prior to 3 minutes, he should be somewhere around top.
Okay. I want to give you a little tip. So generally speaking, if the jungler is starting bot side, they always
Yeah,
be like trying to collapse into you or mid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Around the between 2 minutes 30 and 3 minutes, maybe around that. So what you want to plan is set up the wave in a way that you're not gankable, or if you're gankable, you can get away with it, right? So you can either try to crash the wave, usually the third wave, or maintain the wave like in this spot. Because Graves is very fast clearing, what you can do in this spot is like auto attack 1 minute, just 1 minute. So his
Yeah.
HP bar goes lower faster than the other ones, and you can last hit this minion with no problem. Then all your minions will focus this one, and this HP will be lower faster than this one. So you can last hit the three melee minions without problem, without using your Q, or without missing them, right?
Yeah.
And the wave is going to slow push toward Garen. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and in the meantime, you can try to harass him if he goes for a last hit. So yeah, you can.
It's kind of hard to harass people with Gnar at early ranks, since his base Q damage is like 5.
I don't think that's very true. I
Yeah,
mean,
its base damage is 5. It has a growth of
yeah,
14,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it has some damage
I know
like
that's the
bonus.
the damage is very low, but the harassing part is what I meant. You can
Yeah,
harass,
it
but
it
the
does
way
like
the way you
60
want
damage.
the way you want to harass Garen is, you know that Garen's Q cleanses your slow.
Yeah,
So if you Q first, he can Q afterwards and chase you down. So
yeah,
you want to auto attack him and harass with auto attacks, and if he goes for a Q, then you Q. So you slow him after he uses his Q, so you can make some space between you both. Okay.
yeah,
So in this case, you see Garen, you take your last hits, which is fine, and then you Q, right? So this is not so good, because if he takes Q, he could have like walked to here and tried to Q into you, and you can get away, right? So what you want to do is like, since he's playing in this bush, you have to play like in this side, right? So you are far away from him, and what you can do to increase the distance and force him to leave the bush is like, when the next wave arrives, that is going to arrive right here, you can kill these minions, right? Slowly, and auto attack Garen, so you get the aggro from the incoming wave and pull the wave toward this area. So Garen cannot last hit safely, because he's going to be far away from the bush, right?
yeah,
That's a little trick you can do in this kind of lanes. So yeah, now he's going to go for this last hit. You shouldn't be trying to poke him when you don't know where it is exactly, because he has the chance to dodge. So the way you want to harass is when you are sure that he's going to be in the animation of the last hit, right? So when he's attacking the minion, you want to auto attack, auto attack, auto attack, and if he goes for a Q or get far away, you Q. Okay.
yeah,
So that way you make sure that your Q lands on him. Um, and the problem with throwing your Q in this way is that when you are going to get the next last hit, you are going to be vulnerable because you are on CD.
yeah,
Yeah. So try to avoid it. Try to like maximize the effectiveness of every skill you use, every cooldown you use. Try to always associate your skills, your skills with the CS timing. Sorry for my bad writing, but I'm
It's okay.
I'm writing with my mouse. So always try to like when Garen goes for a CS time has a CS timing, you want to wait for that and then go for a poke. And the same thing goes for the enemy. If you are going for a CS, you have to have your abilities up in case they want to posture aggressively towards you, right? So you can defend yourself. So for example, is here, if he goes for a last hit, I don't know why he goes for that, but if he goes for this one, you can harass him, right? Because he can do anything. Use his Q on you, right? Okay, okay. This is very important. Um, about I never asked. What elo are you playing on?
Right now I'm gold 2.
Gold 2. Okay. So, um, a little question. Do you know
Yeah.
when do you reach level 2 on top lane?
Second wave, first minion.
Okay, perfect. Uh, okay. So let's see. So you know that the first melee minion will give you level 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you wanna do when you reach level 2?
Abuse my level advantage.
Okay. How will you use that?
Mm, Probably just poke him away from farm, or
Okay.
just what you said that when he goes for CS, I just harass him.
Okay. So you know that now you're reaching level 2, right?
Yeah.
And you are clicking far away. You're clicking here, right? In this area.
Yeah.
So that's a mistake. You know that Garen is not going to reach level 2 unless he kills this one and this one. I think he can reach if he kills one of these two, I think. So what you should be doing right now is like preparing to level up your abilities with control. Do you level your abilities with control and
Yeah.
and the hotkeys? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So preparing for the incoming level 2, level up your W and start trading, right? Start trading and try to make him low. So now, for example, you are not trading. You miss a little. You miss a little window of trading. You're not using your Q effectively because he doesn't have a reason to be still, to be a free target for your Q, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing very important. Um, and it's more important with like skill shot based champions such as Gnar with his Q. So remember, every time he goes for a last hit or has a reason to be still, you use your Q. In any other situation, try to use your abilities. Also, I mean your auto attacks, not your abilities. Okay. Right now we know that Graves should be around topside, so this will be like uh, a good timing to work here. So
I got my ward
oh,
on
you use it
our
here.
jungler's red.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, the chance changes a lot of things. Okay, I see. Okay, so this is a little bit dangerous. So you know that Graves could be coming towards you. So you don't want to. You are not able to push this wave into him because you can get like collapsed on, right? Um, why did you ward it here, anyways? What do
Oh,
you think about this word?
that it covers red buff.
Yeah, sure, I can see that. But why? Why this? Why do you? Why are you warding the red buff?
In case Graves was in Graves in level. in case Graves decided to take our red buff.
In case he invades, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the problem with this word is that, you know, it gives you information when Grace is here, right?
Yeah.
When he's already on top of the buff. Yeah? But you don't know, you could have placed that word over here. So you know when Grave is getting into your jungle, so you get information before, right?
Yeah.
So I would recommend you, if you want to ward your, like, defend your buff, first stay in one of these two spots. You can also encourage your mid laner to cover this side with pings. And if you want to ward, I would recommend you to ward like in this spot, because generally speaking, if someone is invading, he generally path towards this area, right?
Yeah.
So in 90% of the cases, you will spot him if he comes from an invade. But in your elo, I wouldn't mind warding your buff. I will prefer to like save my ward to don't be ganked, like to ward in this situation like right now. Because if you ward right now, you won't be able to be ganked, and you can crush the third wave, and you can be safe for ganks. You can recall and get a cheater recall. You can fight for craft, and you can do a lot of things, right? So I don't think warding for your jungler is too important at your level. I think you should focus on yourself and try to get yourself ahead. And the best way to do that is using your words to be safe on lane. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we okay with that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right. Another thing is, since you don't have a ward available and you are propense to gank, don't stay too close to this bush, because you are letting Graves you're making Graves' job easier by standing here, right? Because there is a little distance from here, so you can stay from here and keep hitting your minions or pushing on or do whatever you want to do, right?
Yeah.
So try to position yourself um in this like in this area, right? This is a
Yeah.
this is dangerous because Garin is here. So I want you to like think about the lane as a grid, and think about which areas are safe and which areas are dangerous. For example, this area is dangerous, right?
Yeah.
This area also, this one too, this one too. This one is like, I don't know when will you be standing right here. The same goes for this. And as you see, this is like the best one. I'm going to change the color to something more noticeable. Um, you will be like, you would like to be in between these two green areas, right?
Yeah.
Something around there. So yeah, try to think about that. Always be trying to position yourself in a way that you're not susceptible to ganks, and you're also like keep doing the things you're doing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So right now you should be looking for a crash. You should be looking to crash this wave, because the crab is going to spawn, and your Shaco is on top side, and Graves should be around this area, right?
Yeah.
You have a big wave. Yeah, you should be trying to push this wave as fast as possible. The best way to do that is with Gnar. As you are on Mega form, you can stay in between the minions, throw auto attacks all of this, and throw a Q to kill them at the same time, and then last hit the melee minions. So we kill the first. We kill first. We kill the caster minions first because as we kill the caster minions, we're exposed, right? Because we're standing far away from our side of the lane, right?
Yeah.
So we want to minimize that window of danger. So we want to auto attack these minions, queue them, kill them as fast as possible, and then we can retreat to our safe zone and finish off the rest, right?
Yeah.
If we do the opposite way, like killing this first, we will make the wave to push, and we will have to be exposed more time in this zone, right?
Yeah.
So try to remember that, okay? If you
Okay.
want to crash, try to kill the caster minion first, and then the melee minions. Other reason for that is because caster minion deals more damage, and if you kill the think like little ADCs, they are like little ADCs. So if you kill the ADCs first, they will your team that are your minions will get less damage. So they
Yeah.
will be more healthy when they reach the tower, and that will convert into more time to be free to do something, right? Such
Yeah.
as taking crab or anything else. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You managed to crash, and you go for trying to help. That's not your fault, so it's fine. Um, Now, if you had done, if you did this like properly, as I told you, like insta push this wave. As you see, the next wave is far away, right?
Yeah.
So that means if we see the enemy wave is at the same distance, right? Because these are symmetric.
Yeah.
So if you kill the wave right now, the incoming wave will be stuck in here. So you will have time to recall, for example,
Yeah.
and you will not lose any minions. So that is one of the reasons to push this as fast as possible, because every second you take like pushing this wave, you are like positioning yourself in a bad spot, because what happens here is look at where the minions meet, like here, right?
Yeah.
So your minions are attacking this wave. No, they are not attacking the wave. You always want to that your minions attack the like focus the turret, so the incoming enemy wave doesn't take damage. That way, if you do something on the map or recall, you will not lose minions because they are not going to take damage, and this is going to bounce into you. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that is like the ideal bounce scenario that you have to like replicate. Okay, so
Okay.
every time you want to crash the wave, look at the next wave and think about, can I crash it before the next wave arrives? And if the answer is yes, you should aim for that. Okay,
Okay.
because that opens up a lot of possibilities, a lot of plays. It gives you more options to do. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
the trade, like, it seems like favorable, but in reality it's not so great, because Garen has a lot of regen with his passive. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you are like um in a weird spot right now. So you should be aiming always to try to crash waves and poke him on the turret. Um, Try to back for an early long sword. I don't know if you. I don't know what build do you like to run.
I generally I build Stridebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
And if I feel like I can't utilize Stridebreaker, like to its full potential, I just take Trinity Force.
Okay.
Or if I need to like kite a bit more.
Hmm.
If I know that I can be aggressive, I just take Stride Breaker.
Okay. So here is an example about what I was talking about earlier about using your Q when there's no reason to. So watch as you use your Q. So you use your Q to get a CS that you will have taken with an auto attack, right?
Yeah.
And that makes a window for Garen to trade. And so he does, right? He punishes you. And look how much health he took. You took, right? How much damage. So if you had your Q, you could have stopped Garen from trading into you because you can slow him after he Qs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's very scary because now you are in lethal range. Oh, there it is. I think you will die here. Oh, okay. That was very close.
Nah, not even close.
Okay.
not even close.
Mm. But you see the point, right? It was
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
A
I, I,
lot of
I
danger.
see the point.
Yeah. So a good player will will always try to punish you for that. Every time you waste a Q and Garen has his Q available, he will go for it. Like in this case. Imagine if he went every time you wasted your Q, you will be dead right now, or he will be forcing you to base.
Yeah.
So that's very scary.
Why is Arquetchel muted?
What?
Have you seen Arquetchel play Lucian before?
Uh, what was it? So yeah, so that is one of the things. Don't waste your Q. Uh, okay. 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 So there is a thing about. Do you remember about we talk about the third wave crash that we want always, like not always, but majority of the cases we want to crash the third wave, right? So it opens
Yeah.
up a lot of possibilities. So
Third wave is the cannon wave.
yeah, the third wave is the canon wave, right? One,
Okay.
two,
Okay.
three, 4, 5, 6, and so on, right?
Yeah.
Five,
Yeah.
8, 9. All the third waves are cannons, right? So as you see, this is the sixth wave because it has a cannon. So
Yeah.
in this case, we can repeat the same scenario where we try to crash this wave into Garen's third, and we repeat the same scenario where we have time to either go ward where we don't have a ward, so we can ward, we can back off, we can recall to get some items, we can harass on the turret. We have a lot of options, right? And since we are ranged, we are like able to do it, like harass on the turret if we like, and we are safe from ganks because he will be busy farming on the turret, right? So in this
Yeah.
scenario, you will like you should have been auto attacking this immediately and try to crash it as soon as you can. And because your ward is expiring soon, so you won't have like safety measures in case anything happens. So yeah, you don't want to trade right now. The priority is to feel safe. The priority is to crash the wave, right? And
Yeah.
don't be ganked. Oh, okay. This was very bad. So this is the same mistake, right? The
Yeah.
usage of your Q. You're not focusing on the wave. Imagine if Graves comes up right now and gank you. What do you do?
Yeah, I would be probably dead, or I would barely escape.
Yeah.
I'll be forced to back.
And if not, and if you escape, Garen could have threatened a freeze right now.
Yeah.
And a freeze on top lane is the worst thing that they can do to you. So this is good. I like this. You're pushing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a bigger waves, a big wave. So Garen most likely won't be taking like tanking it outside of the tower, right? But if this wave isn't too big, what you want to do here is like follow the wave until it crashes to the turret. So you want to make sure it crashes into the turret. For you don't want to Garen to try to threaten a freeze by taking the turret. Okay.
Mhm.
So try to on other games try to follow the wave and make sure it crashes. And when it crashes, you go back, go into the bush, start to recon, and at the same time you want to like see how Garen's moves. For example, if there is a lot of minions here and he goes to you, that means that Grace is maybe ganking you. So you cancel your back and recall near your turret. Okay? Always
Yeah.
try to like read the movements of your opponents, the intention that they're having. Right? So yeah, this is good. You get a very good bounce. And it give you a lot of time to do things, right? So if you had wards, you see that you could have either recall, you could have like warded the enemy jungle. It opens up a lot of options, right?
Yeah.
So that is what you are aiming for in this kind of situations. Another tip I can give you is when you recall and have like you're going to lane, right? Try
Yeah.
to press tab, try to look at the map and see what is going on. If you press tab, you can evaluate the game and see.
Yeah, I've been doing that because I've been playing a lot of Shen played before I started playing Gnar again.
Hmm,
So I've been kind of forced to always look at the map because of my ult.
oh,
So
yeah, that's very
I,
helpful.
I've had to look at it.
Yeah, that's very helpful. Shen is a nice champion. So yeah, you want to like look at bot, look at mid, what's going on, like see which lane is winning. If your lanes are winning, that relieves some pressure from you, so you don't have to try hard so much. You don't have to do some risky things to win. So yeah,
In this game, and oh yeah,
yeah.
go
Tell,
go ahead.
no, tell me.
In this game, and quite often, I'm playing with the mid laner.
Oh, you're playing
The
duo.
yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of don't have to like always look at the map, since he can provide me with information sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
so I can better focus at my lane or on my lane.
I see. Yeah, yeah,
But I do look at the map.
yeah. Personally, I don't like that players play duo too much, but it's like something personal. Because in the sense that if you play duo, you are like in a way you are resting on them, right? Because they can provide information for you that you can see for yourself by yourself, right?
Yeah,
So,
I'm not always dependent on him.
uh-huh.
I like we play together, but we just like we almost don't talk. Only when we are going to fight, like, hey, I am going to engage now. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Mm,
or or we could do Baron, or we could do Dragon, and he tells me, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not like I'm resting on him. It's just like
yeah, I
we
mean,
are just playing together.
the thing about like the way I think about duo queue is like there are two sides of the coin, right? There are people
Yeah.
that rest on his duo, and there are people that full try hard and um try to do proactive things, right? For example, I don't know, if you have TP and you have a lot of a lead, you want to like, hey, mid laner, I'm going to gank you from top side. Maybe try to freeze, and I'm going to like show up from behind of an EVA or something. That will be like the proactive and try hard side of the coin, right? And
Yeah.
the rest type of the coin is like playing Yumi, right?
Yeah, I love how you just said, oh yeah, the rest one is like playing Yumi.
Yeah, because
I love it.
there are players that are like that. They are like, I play Yumi, you carry me. I will just press C, and you do all the thing. I will don't do anything. And
I
that's
heard a guy just hit the diamond or something like that with two accounts at the same time,
yeah, with playing with his feet.
with one playing Yumi.
Yeah. So the thing about this, the duo queue thing is like it could be harmful for your learning curve if you end up in this side of the coin. So you have to be aware that you want to be away from this. You want to be away from the Yumi things, and you want to be like more in the try hard or like the proactive side of the dual Q coin, as we can I don't know, call it or something. Because for example, there are people that when they are playing together, they are too passive. We can say that there's a three side coin, which is very weird, but um, there is like a passive spot, right, where you don't say anything, you just respond to your laner or your enemy, you don't propose things, and the questions that comes into your mind is like, why do we play duo queue, right?
Yeah.
Why we don't talk if we can abuse that, right? We can get to diamond abusing duo queue, but if we play passive, it's like playing with anyone.
Yeah.
The only difference is that you know him and you know like his playstyle or something. So yeah, that's like a little parenthesis that I want to make.
Like I can't fall into the rest category because he just won't let me.
He doesn't talk.
No, it's not like he doesn't talk. It's just that if I fall into the rest category, he just calls it a day and says that he won't play with me that for the remaining day.
Yeah, because if you're resting on him, you are making the game harder for him.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I can fall into the rest category.
Yeah,
At least I'm not trying to fall in there.
yeah, yeah. The thing is, even if your lane is like very slow, top lane is like always is like slower than other lanes, right? We're always talking about like decisions and not too many mechanics or things. But that doesn't mean that you can do like you can provide information or be like talkative if you are communicating with your friend, because since you are in a lower pace lane, you have access to pay attention to more things, right?
Yeah.
It's like playing Yumi. It's the same thing. If you're playing Yumi, you don't want to you don't have to farm. You
So
got
so basic so basically, top lane is like a Yumi of Summoner's Rift.
we can say in a way, yeah, like in the macro sense. So every time you are like in this lull state where there's nothing happening, you're just managing the waves and trying to not get ganked. There's no much, not more action, much action. I mean, you can like ping where the jungler you think it is. Like tracking the jungler is very effective. So you can provide information towards your mid laner, and your mid laner can play more safely or more aggro or play around that, right? The same
Yeah.
goes for the bot lane and the jungler. The top lane has like that capability that since it's slower pace, you have the capability to like watch all the map and provide information with pings. Like for example, I think Graves is in red, so I ping red and ping Graves. For example, you don't need to type. You have to like
Yeah.
ping Graves and ping red. So all your team knows that red is Graves is probably there. If he is not there and ganks you, that's your fault because you didn't track him very well. But you get the idea, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So this game is like very slow. You can do that kind of things. Okay. I need to fast forward a little bit. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see this. So, why do you think you lost this trade?
Because I used my Q.
Exactly. That's the principal, like the main mistake you were doing in this game is the usage of your Q against Garen. It's specifically against Garen. You want to use it after he uses his Q, or for
Yeah,
example,
I have.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you are against a Jax, for example, you want to use your Q when
After
he
he
leaps
jumps.
into you,
Yeah.
or you are chasing and you know that you can chase and he can't like trade back. And
Like with this, uh, I haven't played much against Garen lately.
mhm.
I just don't know why I haven't been seeing him. Okay, that's just a fucking mistake.
Yeah, it is.
Uh, I just haven't been seeing him lately, so I guess I couldn't have really like mm, managed my or adjusted my playstyle against him.
Yeah, you're not so familiar with
I
him.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him that much. I have been familiar with him in the past because when I started playing Gnar, and he's been a bane of my fucking existence
You
because
struggle with him.
I was just beginning to play him, so I didn't know shit.
Okay, I
Then
see.
I kind of learned how to play against him. Then I just didn't have. Then I didn't have like a problem, and then I just stopped seeing him. That's where Graves came in.
Oh,
Ignite, Anivia. That was a con fiesta.
yeah. Uh,
That was my fault since I didn't have a ward in the bush.
yeah. I mean,
And I just stayed there longer than I should have.
yeah. This is weird. Uh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to fast forward this because the main mistake we already we talk about the main thing in this game. Um, okay, so I think for the laning phase, yeah, the Q thing is the most important. There's not much to say about. Um, But what we can do is like I can show you a Gnar versus Garen matchup if you like.
Yeah, sure.
So we can see that like the difference. Okay.
Yeah.
We are on 1.1, I think.
What do you mean 1.1?
The patch.
Oh.
Here it is. Garen versus Gnar. Gnar versus Garen. Here is one replay, and this on the same side, so we can see what's going on. So as you see, it's like the same, right? You have TP, he has Ignite. It's very similar. Okay.
Yeah.
30 seconds until minions.
So let's see what he does. Okay. He covers up. He doesn't shows because this is one from Diamond, US Diamond. He started to push, and this is the same thing, exactly the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he started to push, right, to get a minion advantage. Both junglers started on both sides, so it's the same scenario. As you see, he maintains a little minion lead, about 1 or 2 minions, so the wave doesn't push too hard. This way you can be sure that the third wave will be meeting in the middle of the wave, and then you push all the way, and you open up for the multiple options that you can do. You see?
Yeah.
So now he should be pushing very hard. This is a mistake from him. He should be pushing. As you see, also in Diamond they make these kind of mistakes. You saw that Garen didn't go for the Q into him.
Yeah.
You know what is the reason for that?
Because he didn't use his Q. Or he used it.
He used it, right?
He used it actually.
Yeah, but
He has bigger wave.
Yeah, the bigger wave prevents Garen from going in. So it's not like 100% thing. It's about the situation. If Garen can go for the trade, you don't want to waste your Q. If he can, you can use it like offensively, right?
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't matter if you poke him or not. The priority here is to crash this wave into turret, so you can get the multiple options that we talk about. I want to push this, and since he wastes a lot of time, it's going to happen the same thing. He will be stuck here for a little while. If he managed to crash this wave, like pushing the fourth, it's okay. He will be in a safe spot, but right now he could be ganked.
Yeah.
But Rek'Sai is on bot, so doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you always want to like avoid this area. You don't want to be here. This is death, practically, for all top laners. And
That's a no-go.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is great, right? So what is the information we have right now? Rek'Sai is on bot. Udyr is on top. We have vision. We have a huge wave. We have a minion lead, level lead. We have a lot of pressure into Garen, right? So what are the options in this case?
Go reset.
Why?
And buy new and have a like item advantage.
Okay.
And come back, because Garen would, if he went reset, we would come to a better wave, and he would probably miss farm if he went reset like right now with this wave.
Yeah.
Or we could I'm looking at the map. Well, not much. Do on the map.
we know that Rek'Sai was bought
Yeah.
recently. And mid lane is Kazain, so he's not going to gank us, probably. Right? So, what do you think he should have done here, in your opinion?
Here he should have gone back.
Yeah. What is he achieving by staying in lane?
Right now, probably nothing.
Okay. So, the thing about backing is you want to get a like an item advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that item that you want to get should be like should cost like, for example, if you want to recall and the third wave, you will get around 400 gold, right?
Yeah.
400 ish for 3 waves. And the sixth wave you will get like 800 and so on, right? Every 3 waves.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you want to recall for a Shin, the component for Trinity or Divine Sunderer, you will want to recall at the sixth wave, because you can't get the component for Shin. There is no component for Shin. But if you would like to, for example, get a longsword, you want to do the third wave or fourth wave in case you miss it, and get back, right?
Yeah.
There's no other reason for that. You're not achieving anything. You're not getting plates, nothing, right? And you're staying. Look at what he's doing. He's staying here. What is he doing? Nothing, right? He could have back off, and this will eventually reset anyways. And he's pressured because Udyr and Echo are threatening the top side. So he can't. He knows he's screwed because this wave is going to bounce back, and if he stays, he doesn't know where you are, and he could be collapsing, right? So you're making pressure in that way. So this is a mistake by our friend Faxi. Yeah. Anyways, since he got like some free time, he goes help his jungler, which doesn't need help really. But the thing is, he should have been backing off when he crashed the wave, get an item advantage, and set up a gank, because his jungler is topside and the wave is bouncing towards him, right? And you have a gank setup. And you know why he is trading aggressively into Garen, even though he could theoretically trade into him?
Right now I don't.
Because Garen doesn't know where Udyr is. The last time Garen saw Udyr was on top side, so he may think that Udyr is like here. So if Garen tries to trade, he's risking it because Udyr could show up, right?
Yeah.
So that's very smart from Garen. He's playing it safe. He's not going coin flip and trading into you, right? So you don't want to do coin flip things. You don't want to be like Hashinshin type of player. And that's very good for him because he can trade aggressively using like these little mind games. And since he knows that, since Garen is backing off, Nars knows that Garen knows that Garen doesn't know where Udyr is, right?
Right.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you look at how the enemy player is moving, you can deduce what information he has. I mean, so in that way you can punish him. You can say like, oh, he can be aggressive, so I can continue pulling this wave to me, and he will be zones off from XP or gold, and he can do anything because he has ignite.
Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that Rek'Sai isn't topside, even if we didn't have that ward right there. in her jungle since because if she was topside, he could play aggressive because Rek'Sai could counter gank,
I
right?
mean, we know that Rek'Sai isn't top because we saw her pathing bottom. You're right, and there is no reason for Rek'Sai to go top because this wave is pushing towards you. She know that Udyr is topside, so it's very dangerous for her to go topside. And you have a lot of vision, so even if she goes topside, you will be safe, right?
Yeah.
So in this scenario, the best thing to do for Gnar is to like pull the wave and abuse Garen, and that's it. You win automatically. You auto win. You don't need to push. There's no reason to. You have to deny all the farm and let him bleed out, and that's it, right? So the main concept about the bot review today is like the usage of your Q. You only want to use your Q against Garen if you have like a aggressive state, let's call it. Okay? For example, if you waste your Q, you're not going to get punished. So that is like a good timing to use your Q. Right?
Yeah.
For example, and that could be like by getting a wave advantage, a big minion, a big level lead, a big like item lead, jungle presence. If your jungler is near you, you can play aggressive. So if he goes into you, you get a 2v1. If you know Rek'Sai is bottom, it's the same thing. Seeing like how he's posturing, you can read these things, and so on. So Q usage and the third wave crashes are very useful in these scenarios because you're getting powerful with this and you can abuse this there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the word thing about the jungler. Don't word for your jungler, word for you. Okay?
Okay.
At least for the time for the meantime, since you're on gold, you don't need to you need to go get ahead in lane. Okay? If you get ahead in lane, you're going to impact the game.
Okay.
Because in the mid game, the game will be like a full clone fiesta and will happen anything. So the only thing that you can control is your lane and the early levels. Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to ask anything if you have any questions?
Oh, let's see. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing much that's left like to be asked. From what you've told me, you from the mistakes you told me I make, you just told me like how to fix them or why it's a mistake. So I think I can work on that like on my own. I would just I would just like to ask that do play League actively?
Myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
And could you play with me sometime, like a normal game?
I don't play on your server.
You don't play.
I mean, I play on last server, so I will get a lot of ping.
On which server you play?
LAS,
LAS.
Latin America South.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit. Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
But why do you say that? Why would you like to play with me?
You just seem like a cool guy.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I appreciate
Also, you watch anime, so we could have talked about it.
it. Yeah, I know. Well, well, that will be for the session.
Yeah, thanks.
I hope that it will be useful to you, and I sent you these notes.
Yeah, I noticed.
Another thing is, if you like, I can send you the video we watch. You can, if you have doubts about matchups or how to play against like any specific champ, try to look for replays in high elo, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And try to ask yourself, don't try to blindly replicate what they are doing. Try to ask yourself why. What is the reason that leads to them to do that thing?
Yeah.
Okay. For example,
I have a question.
yeah. Tell me.
It's not about like macro. It's more about like champions. Like how do you effectively beat Trindamir?
Trainer. Oh, that's a hard question. Um, you have to ask for your jungler to help you, honestly, because a good tournament player will find ways to get away with it. I mean, the problem with Tryndamere is he will eventually be just too powerful to split push and ignore everyone, right? And
Yeah.
try to 1v9 the game, such as it's like any split pusher, like I don't know, maybe Fiora, Tryndamere, and such. So what you want to do is like prevent him for farming for free. It's like playing against a Nasus, but he's a lot stronger than Nasus. So against Tryndamere specifically, I would recommend you to look for Fogged. Do you know Fogged? The Tryndamere player?
Is it that guy with short hair and like a Trindamir sword behind him?
I can't remember, but Fogged is a Tryndamere OTP that he
Yeah.
is Hailo. And he has a
Oh.
lot of like
Could you play that video? Because I think
um
that's the guy I'm referring to. Yeah.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah.
he's Fogged.
That's there's a Trindamir sword behind him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I know him.
he always talk about the matchups and how he will like what things he doesn't want to like face. I mean, he talks a lot about what he wants to do and why, and what he doesn't want to do, what things are going to harm his playstyle. So maybe you can learn about a lot about him. And Tryndamere is a very difficult matchup if the Tryndamere player knows what he's doing. Usually they are Smurfs that play Tryndamere. But yeah, you shouldn't be facing too much Tryndamere in your elo that are like good.
Also, there is one more question, the same type. How do I play against Irelia?
Irelia.
I have no fucking idea.
So with Gnar?
Yeah, let's say with Gnar.
Well,
It doesn't really matter. I can't win against that shit with
okay, so
basically anything.
Irelia just shits on Gnar because you don't have like any mobility away from like your E, right? And he can get on top of you very easily. So what you want to do against Irelia is avoid fighting her when she has the opportunity to stack her passive. Her passive is the most important thing about her kit. Okay, so in the early levels, what you want to do is like, look at, let's see a replay, and I can tell you a lot of tips. So here we have a Korean Master Gnar versus Irelia replay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Irelia thing is all about her passive. If she charges her passive, you are done. You can fight her because she gains a lot of attack speed and damage. And she has a lot of mobility, right?
Yeah.
So you know how Irelia works, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see that Nari is like very far away from the wave, and he's letting Irelia push because she will charge up her Q and will try to all in him at level 1 or level 2. So what you want to do is play safe for the first waves. Anytime she has the opportunity to charge up her Q with your low HP minions, you want to be away from these minions. Oh, I closed the big pen. Give me a sec. Epic. Okay, here. So you want to be away from here, right? Because she can Q here and EU, and then jump into you and auto attack, Q again, and you're dead, right?
Yeah.
Also, you don't want her to freeze the wave, because if she freezes the wave, he can permanently like stack her passive, and you're done. You can get near her. So the way you want to play is like play here. Okay, this is your safe zone.
So basically, I can beat Irelia if I freeze myself.
Yeah, because she can dive you. She can 100 to 0 you for the early levels at least. If she doesn't get a lead, she's not too powerful, but you always have to have your guard up because it's a very powerful champion against Gnar. Also, the thing about this is it's very hard matchup in my opinion.
I mean, it is. That's why I'm banning her. But
Yeah.
you know, on the off chance that someday I will be tilted on another champion, so I won't ban her.
Yeah.
And they pick her against me, like you know, just to know what I should do.
Yeah. So you see that this Gnar is letting the wave pushed into him because Irelia has to push to get his passive off.
Yeah.
So you know that eventually the wave will come into you. He's losing a couple of minutes, but in the long run, that will be beneficial to him. And he shows the sad move. Very sad.
Yeah, I got that one too.
So now he wants to freeze. If he maintains the wave in this spot, he will be safe. And Irelia won't be safe. You see?
Yeah.
So Irelia messed up. He pushed too fast. What Irelia should have done was like maintain the wave in the middle and crash the third to make a bounce and then freeze. So Gnar is done, right? And that is a mistake by Irelia. And good play by Gnar by don't doing anything. So this lane is a mistake by Irelia. He should have done the bounce. Always try to look for bounces, and you want to look for freezes. Okay.
Yeah.
If the wave is too big, you can have to thin it a little bit, either by using auto attacks or Q. But if Irelia is locked like in the Saiyajin mode, and he can all in into you, that's very dangerous to do. So you're screwed. So as you see, he doesn't want to fight her. He stays in his tower and tries to maintain the wave outside of his turret as long as possible. Okay, so this is not a perfect crash, as you see, right? Because the Gnar minions are taking damage. So there is, if RNG, if there is a good RNG in the minions, like focus, maybe he can get away with it and threaten another freeze, right? What you want to avoid is like all the minions focus the turret, so it gets a bounce. And yeah, you just want to like play defensively because it's a very difficult lane, in my opinion. So this is the freeze. It's like almost a freeze. This one. So I really can't do anything in this state. You see?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's pressured because as he is pushed in, he's threatened to be ganked. And when you are mega, you can follow up a gank. Right?
Especially with the buffs on E.
So yeah. And this will go on. And Irelia is playing very bad because she should let the wave, like pull the wave into her. Like this is going to slow push into her, right? You see?
Yeah. Yeah. Gnar has
So
more minions in his wave.
so this is like the danger zone for Gnar because he has to make sure that this wave crashes or he will be screwed. And he's reading like the movements of Irelia. You see that Irelia is not playing aggressively, so that means that she doesn't know where Ekarim is.
Yeah.
Even though she warded here. And now Gnar has to push this as fast as possible. And since he has a lot of minions, he's in like the aggressive mode we talk about. You see? You have to prevent her E at all cost, or you're dead. You see that Irelia is a very balanced champion.
Yeah.
You see what's the reason because Irelia lost this trade?
She was focusing too much on the minions.
No, I mean that was fine. I mean he tried to land the E, but the thing is, yeah, you have a lot of minions, but Irelia can clear them very fast. And
Yeah, but she was focusing on them.
yeah, there's no point on doing this.
So he could have just done 3 damage to her.
Yeah, what she would have done is like, yeah, okay, try to land your E. If you miss it, just back off and reset the wave, and try to like crash the next incoming wave or the next cannon wave, so you can try to make another freeze and reset. Like it's like every wave is like a round.
Yeah.
You see, so you're losing this round as Irelia. Okay, I take it. I will win this next round, and if I crash the next wave, I will win the next incoming wave, and then if she makes a freeze, he auto wins. She auto wins. You see, so this was very poor play from Irelia. He should just like let the wave crash. That's it. So you see that Gnar only wants to like crash this wave, and now he's safe because he knows that the wave is going to bounce. Very nice. I don't know what was that TP about Irelia. That's very what the fuck. And now Gnar is happy because this will bounce into him and he can threaten a freeze. And also his Ekarim is pathing top, so he can threaten a gank.
Yeah. And he won't have to use that sad emote again.
Exactly. He won't be sad anymore.
And Nuno is coming on a roam.
Yep. This very good play from Nuno. Oh, nice. And now we repeat. We crash the wave. Yep. We crash the wave. Irelia doesn't have TP. and we won the lane, right? And why is
Yeah.
that? Because Irelia played very bad. So doing nothing is doing something, basically. In
Yeah.
some cases, you don't have to do like. I mean, sometimes even in higher elo, as you see, people make mistakes because they don't know about wave management, and this is impressive because it's Master Korea. I mean, this shouldn't be happening. You know,
Yeah.
and it's a very simple thing. Crash the third wave, threaten a freeze, you win, and that's it. That's what you want to prevent as Gnar versus Irelia, and that's how you win. But you're relying on the ability of your opponent, most likely, because it's a winning matchup for Irelia.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, that's. I always look for the matchups if I have doubts, because I know about the game, but I don't know all of it. So you should do the same thing. I would recommend you to do that. If you have doubts about any matchup, try to like watch the bot, like in YouTube videos. Try to extract as much information as you can, and then try to ask for advice. You see, because sometimes you can realize it by yourself, or sometimes you can do like the exercise of thinking, and that will like make your ideas more clear. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I will send you this replay also. It's a good
Thank
replay,
you.
by the way. I like it. Yeah. I already sent you the note, so yep.
Okay.
I think that's will be for this session. Any more questions?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So
Okay.
I hope it was helpful, and take care, man.
Okay. You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.